Welcome back to CCRPG. We are returning to our pilots in the midst of battle. Beginning round 4 of the combat, our pilots have exterminated quite a few drones and even a full-size remote-controlled mech that was raised up through the floor. They are now in the process of trying to escort their escort target back out of the room. Pilots, as round 4 begins, you see the people on the screens talking, but you realize they've been on mute this whole time, so you have no idea what they're saying, but you can tell they're having a conversation with one another. And 8 doors open.
Oh boy.
Can anyone read lips? Probably not the time.
No.
Oh, holy cow.
Got some more friends.
I don't think they're friends.
All right.
Just have to know how to talk to them.
As
Charm them.
8 new drones enter the battlefield. To your northwest, a rifler and a blinder enter out of some 4 floor level openings. To your northeast, a rifler and a suppressor, one above, one below. To the southeast, a rifler and a blinder come out of the floor. And in the southwest, a suppressor and a blinder come out of above and below. As the room is swarmed with more enemies, and there are still 2 prowlers somewhere on the field.
Yes, indeed.
I believe it was you guys who ended last round, correct?
Yes, it was me.
All right, then that means it is up to our newly added friends to start off this round. So let me find my friendos here. There we go. I'm going to activate the suppressor in the northeast. It is going to fly 5. It is going to boost 5. As it does, it is going to swoop down to become ground level. And it is going to suppress you, KESTRAL.
Okay.
You are impaired, and it gains the moving target reaction against you. And that is the suppressor's turn. As basically it swoops down, its twin Vulcans just spinning up. It just covers the area around you and X4 in bullets. Who wants to start us off?
If anyone could get this guy off me before I go, it'd be great.
Can't you skirmish then move?
I can get him off.
Well, he's right, though. You can skirmish, then move.
Yeah,
Like,
I guess, yeah. I'll do that, sure.
I'm just thinking before any of the mouse approach X4, we could move it a bit.
If that's, we'll see if that's how it works. Then I'll activate and I will shoot him.
All right, KESTRAL, you activate.
Where are my pistols? He's within range, so it's 2 accuracy. It's a crit.
All right, with that, just with a single shot from your pistol, blam, you blast it out of the sky. The suppressor on its swoop down to try and get next to you and the escort. It looks like it goes into a nosedive that it's never able to pull back out of as it is destroyed.
All right, and then I'm going to move 8 with the package.
Nice.
All right. And the object cannot move between past things, so it will have to fall into rank behind you and then follow behind.
That's fine.
It will keep its orientation to you unless it is forced to move around you, in which case it will. So it won't fall off just because you bumped it into Chimera. It just set its orientation to behind you to follow you.
Sure, that's fine. I have another quick action, and I only fired one of my mounts. Am I able to fire my other one after moving now on the Prowler?
Oh boy, split things. I don't think you can move attack in this system.
I thought we can ignore it and move on, but I thought it was like mount based or something. Maybe not. It doesn't matter.
So here's the thing: is like if you do a barrage, you have to do the entire barrage on the square you're in. Like basically every action has to be done and completed on the hex you're currently within.
For a barrage, right? But I have that free action shot, and I don't know. Let me double check the wording on that.
I think it's as part of that action. The action would have to be complete before you moved.
That makes sense.
So it's still unused. If you do another thing, it can activate. But like, unfortunately, you can't skirmish. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So if you like overheated to skirmish, you could use the integrated mount on that attack.
Yeah, when you fire any other weapon on your mech, it's a free action. So I don't know if that's that when
it would have to be
concluded and is now available for the rest of the round, or if it has to be at the same time. It doesn't really say. But
it has to be at the same time. It is It is making it part of the attack. So if you didn't use it as part of that action, then you didn't do that. But it means it's still available if you were to take another action that fired a weapon.
Sure. I guess I'll just hide here then.
Okay, absolutely. Can you hide in plain sight?
I'm invisible at the moment. Anytime on my turn, I'm invisible. That will end, but I'm like also in like a explosion. I don't know if it does anything, but I have nothing else to do, so...
Okay. I will say, unfortunately not, because once you become visible again, you're not hidden behind any sort of cover, so you'll just be seen again. Yeah. So you'll only be hidden for the end of your turn.
I think you can lock on as a quick tech, right? Just something you can always do.
Yeah,
you could tech actions.
I have never done that before, so yeah, let's do that then. Yeah. I don't know. Do I roll something or
no?
Tech attack?
You just pick something to lock onto.
Cool.
Yep.
I guess I'll do the Prowler.
Everyone really just figured that was something only I could do.
Yeah, honestly.
Yeah.
No, I mean, everyone has access to a few quick tech actions just as being in the mech. It's just that we never really have a need for them.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Anyone can. Yeah. You can also bolster, and you can invade. And everyone has fragment signal as an invade option.
Yep.
Fragment signal is pretty good.
I believe it is.
Yeah, it's you make the target become impaired and slowed.
Orion.
Yes.
I am going to activate the Prowler that is adjacent to you.
Hi, Prowler.
Hi.
Well, it's not hidden. But it is going to make its claw attack against you.
Okay.
All right. So, you have any sort of cover right now?
No, not really.
All right. And Claw. All
This
right.
one crit.
It gets a 21 versus your evasion, but it also has Hunt. Its melee attack deals an additional 5 damage when no other characters are adjacent to their target. So this will actually be for 10 damage.
All right, you know what? I'll use my reaction to mitigate that. Tactical simulation.
Okay.
So let's roll a d6. D6. All right, so I rolled a 5, and on a 4 plus, the attack was actually simulation. You gain resistance to all damage dealt by the attack and may teleport up to 3 spaces.
Neat.
So yeah.
So
All right.
armor gets taken off first, right?
I think it's armor
resistance.
and then resistance, because
Yeah, exactly.
otherwise you could reduce it to 0, right?
I believe that's the case. So you would -1 off of there, so it'd be 10 down to 9, and then half of 9 is 5. So you would still take 5.
Yeah. Okay. And then move off the measuring tool and move down here.
All right. So with that, you are no longer adjacent to the Prowler. And the Prowler, for its other quick action, is going to prowl. It will move spaces equal to its speed and then become hidden.
How does lock on work with hidden? Because it is locked on.
If you could target it, you would get to spend lock on.
Okay.
Does it move first, then become hidden?
I guess so. I'm just going to read it the way it's written. It says move space is equal to its speed, then becomes hidden. So
Okay.
I'm going to move it. It won't let me. Oh, wait, I can do waypoints.
And
Yeah,
it's
there you go.
invisible, right? That's why it's. Or is it not anymore?
What do you
Moved
mean?
into engagement.
Is it invisible?
It's always invisible. It has
Yeah.
tactical cloak on.
Okay.
But it also becomes hidden.
Hidden and invisible?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Huh. Figured one would imply the other, but okay.
Nope.
No,
Nope.
no,
You have to take an action to hide.
All invisible does is it's less impressive than it sounds. It just means there's a 50-50 chance you miss.
You have to
before you
remember that
yeah.
because you have computer systems, just because they're invisible doesn't mean you don't know where they are. Hidden means you actually don't know where they are.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay.
That is the Prowler.
This is a problem.
All
Say,
right.
Prowler.
Comet, Chimera, or Orion.
Is it alright if I go next?
Sure, go for it.
Okay. The Swarmer wreckage, you said it counts as difficult terrain?
It counts as a size 1 obstacle. It is a wreck.
Okay. I gotta go around this then, don't I?
Yep.
If I want to move to the west. Okay, so I'm just gonna do this by hand. Well, maybe. I'm gonna move past the Swarmer, so okay. I'm moving 5 normal movements.
Uh-huh.
Oh, darn it, I screwed it up. Good so far?
I don't know why it wouldn't be.
I just want to double check because last time I did this, I got in trouble.
Oh yeah, I just don't want you doing multiple things all at once because I might have to stop you after doing one to tell you something.
Okay. I guess I did see the well, I don't. It's hidden now, but the pamper would be here in theory, right?
If as long as it didn't move afterwards.
You know it moved in that direction is basically...
Okay, well, I'm more worried about it. I'm just gonna run past it. That's my main concern. I guess I'll get an op, but I don't care. I'm gonna boost 5 more spaces. So to here.
You go in a straight line?
Yes.
Okay.
Does anything happen?
Nope.
Okay. And then I'm going to use my grapple hook to move X4 to the west 5 spaces. 1, 2, 3,
All right.
4, 5.
This time I am going to make it roll its thing because technically it still can just roll a d20.
Fair enough.
What's your save?
So
I'm
please,
double checking.
please don't go all 5.
It is a. Oh, it's my save.
Yeah, it's whatever your save value is.
Save is 14.
14. So it needs at least a 14 to resist. It rolls a 16. The Ferris Slash does not move it.
Jeez Louise. Okay.
Thank
then,
God.
You can, so moving yourself, obviously you can choose to fail your own, but
Right.
We'll just consider the first one used against it free because I didn't realize, oh, right. Just because it doesn't have a bonus doesn't mean it doesn't get to roll a save.
Makes sense. Yeah.
It was just as surprised as Chuck.
It was surprised by it. Yes, exactly.
Jay, why were you hoping for that to fail?
What are the conditions that we move this?
Someone needs to start their turn next to it, Chimera, in order to move it.
You were just
But I
about
can-
to move it away so that you said 5. That would have put it even away from you.
No, it would have been right here. 1,
5
2
would have been
That's
one more.
4, bud.
Oh, sorry. I meant to do it there, so it's actually 4. But
Okay.
Well,
that
it
would have
doesn't
been
matter
fine,
now.
but
Yeah.
yeah, I was deliberately trying to place it next to me. I just can't count. No comment. End of my turn.
All right, that is the end of Chimera's turn.
Actually, yeah, no, I'm ending it. I was thinking about overcharging, but I won't.
All right, it is the end of Chimera's turn.
Actually,
No, I'm done. I'm done.
All right. All right. Higgity piggity. Comet and Orion haven't moved yet, right?
that is correct.
Comet, you're just invisible, not hidden, correct?
That is also correct.
All right. That is good to know. I'm going to activate the Southwest Suppressor. It is going... Oh, what's its speed again? 5. Cool. Is going to fly in on you, and it is going to suppress you, Comet. You're impaired.
Okay. That is unkind.
So that's its
Oh
quick
no,
action.
Comet, don't move.
And additionally, it is going to fire its light machine gun against you. So it's covering the area around you with bullets, but it's also going to try and cover your general area in bullets.
Mm-hmm.
So you are invisible.
Yes, indeed.
And do you have cover of any sort?
I do not.
All right, cool. I will just roll with your invisibility. All right, it misses due to invisibility.
Nice.
But it is reliable 3, so you'll still take 3 damage.
Not so nice.
So yeah, it just covers your entire space with bullets, such that being invisible can only help so much. It just doesn't get a good shot on you.
Yeah, but it's still it's spraying and praying and got a few
Yes.
bullets in.
Does your invisibility stay up when you got hit?
It good question. Becomes invisible. This lasts until it moves or takes a reaction or till the start of my next turn. So I'm still invisible. Oh, wait a second. I took a reaction earlier for Chimera. So actually I was not
You
invisible.
should not be invisible.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we're going to go ahead and remove your invisibility then.
Yeah.
And I'm going to re-roll that attack, just in case. No, it would have missed anyway, so
Okay.
doesn't matter.
All right. But yeah, I always forget that little wrinkle.
That's cool. Just, try to keep it in mind. But
right,
that
cool.
is the suppressor, Comet or Orion.
Can go.
Doesn't matter. I can do quite a bit of damage, or you can go. It doesn't matter.
Actually,
if you
go.
could position yourself to be 8 away from where it's going to be next turn, Comet, you might be able to take it in next turn.
Oh, 8 away. So we do like a handoff.
Yeah.
Okay. Ryan, why don't you go first?
Yeah, because you're currently being suppressed.
Yeah.
All right. I guess I'll activate.
All right, Orion.
Yeah.
Sure, when he's being suppressed, you go first. When I'm being suppressed, you can skirmish it and then move.
I just realized that the video recording was down. So I guess it's going to start right here. Sorry to our audience who is watching visually. But yeah, for some reason my video recording stopped. So you'll be able to start seeing it here. All right, but please continue on, Orion.
They missed all my cool flips.
I mean,
they were good flips.
Yeah, they were good. Only they'll just have to trust you.
Yeah, it was really cool.
All right. At the start of my turn, because I'm in the danger zone, I gain resistance to heat for the remainder of my turn. And as a protocol, I activate my Asura protocol, which causes me to take 3 heat, which is resisted down to 2. And then I get 2 additional quick actions or 1 full action this turn. So I'm going to shoot some things.
It sounds like it.
Just start blasting.
Yeah, pretty much. So I am going to move a little bit up, and then I am going to start a barrage. And we are, let's see, let me make sure here. Yes. All right, so we're going to start with the blinder down south.
Mm-hmm. One of the new ones who's entered the field.
Yep. And we are going to fire the assault rifle, which I rolled a 4 and a miss, but it still does reliable too. So the blinder takes 2 damage.
Which one are you? You're this one. Okay, cool. The blinder, that one, gets hit by the spray of bullets, taking it down.
All right. Then I'm going to follow that up with my prototype weapon on the suppressor. I crit it for 7.
Overkill.
A little bit.
Oh, but not overkill. You have to be careful because
Yes.
overkill is a tag on this weapon
that's right.
that gives him heat.
Actually, the critting probably helped him to not overkill.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
no, because the crit damage can roll within the overkill range. So the more dice you roll, what?
Can, but it helps not to.
Yeah,
right?
that's true because it tries to take the higher number. So I guess that's right. You're less likely to overkill if you crit. So that's nice at least.
Mm-hmm.
That is the suppressor down.
And since the weapon is a cannon, I was gonna jump 1 space upward as I fired.
I mean, that makes sense to me.
Yeah. All right. So the Asura
that
protocol.
one just gets blown out of the sky.
is not like overcharged, so I can't double barrage, but I can skirmish, because barrage and skirmish are 2 different actions. So now that blinder up there is within 10, I am going to skirmish and go after it with another shot of my assault rifle. 14, reliable 2.
Yep, that is another blinder downed.
All right.
Very nice.
Let's see. That still gives me 1 quick action. I debated between this and overcharge, and this just it ended up being about the same. At least it saves me the heat. Let me see here. I don't think. You know what? I'm going to do something I've never done before. I'm going to make. Can I actually hold on? What's my sensor range is 10. It's within 10. I'm going to try and invade the rifler.
Yeah, absolutely.
Interesting.
Well, I can. On a success, your target takes 2 heat, and I can choose one of the invade options. So I rolled an 18.
That will do it. You have successfully overheated the rifler. What does Orion hacking into an enemy mech look like?
Artemis's face just appears on the mech as it just overheats and falls over. Artemis was the one who invaded.
Yeah, I was gonna say it is unlikely that it was you, considering the 2 other people that are in your mech with you.
Yeah. I like to think that Artemis did a little wink as
the mech fell over.
Yeah.
Well, it's obviously because the mech wasn't strong enough to hold her essence, or else maybe she would have decided to take a new body. You know,
essence in air quotes, ego. In other words, I'm going to end my turn.
We don't know how malevolent she's become yet. You know, we're still testing the waters.
I'm scared.
Jury's still out.
Hopefully my taking out of 4 drones in 1 round was impressive to the group, to the watchers on as I end my turn.
I mean, people are interested. People are like interestedly watching what you guys are doing. That's for sure. I will say one thing: you haven't lost their attention. That's important. You haven't lost the attention of the people watching.
They're not like looking down, texting like, this bullshit.
Oh, one of them is on Facebook. Spacebook? Yeah, that's a thing.
All right.
Space talk.
All right. 4 mechs down. That's all I got. A pass.
All right. Let's draw some lines. Okay. One of you is still escorting the thing. So the rifler has decided that is its target. So it's going to move forward.
Wait.
And then it's gonna boost.
And then it's gonna set Chimera on fire. Oh wait.
And then with its last little action here, it is going to heavy assault rifle KESTRAL. Do you have cover right now, KESTRAL?
I do not. I attacked.
I do believe
last
you
turn.
attacked. Yeah. Okay. Here we go. Ooh, not good. A 7 will miss, but it does have reliable 2. So that'll still be 2 damage for you.
I really wish that counted as a hit. Oh well.
Why's that?
I have a thing that I can do when I get hit. 2 damage, right? Okay.
That is correct.
13 out of 17.
I believe you should be down to 11.
Oh? What from?
I don't know. I had you at 13, and then I took 2 HP off of you.
Did the second thing of burn immediately do 4 to me?
No, the second thing of burned immediately did another 2 to you. So you would have taken 2, and then 2, and then you just took 2.
Just now, right?
Yeah, so you should have taken 6 total by now. Every time you get burned, you take the damage immediately.
Okay.
Yeah, you just didn't take the extra 4 at the end of your turn. So yeah, I think you should be 11 out of 17.
Okay.
Yeah, but that is the rifler. He shoots his rifle. That's what he does. Back to you, Comet.
That's what he's made to do. And by God, he's going to do it. So if I move somewhere 8 spaces away
from the payload.
Okay.
But yeah, that does the same thing.
Your move is
8, yeah.
Okay, got it. All right, cool. So, there's a rifler. There's still there's still 1 or 2, whatchamacallem. Why can't I think of the name? Crawlers.
Prowler.
Prowler, yeah, thank you.
You were close. Crawlers,
I
mean, it
they're
is crawling
around. They're hidden prowlers.
There's still some
right?
invisible hidden dudes around here somewhere, yeah.
Okay. I could move my simulacrum. The thing with that is, though, they only cease to be invisible when they end their turn within it. So I might just keep it there for now, and instead I will. I'm going to invade the rifler.
Okay.
Which one?
The one that's closest to that guy.
Can you invade the other one?
This
it
one
hasn't gone yet. Yeah.
Yeah. Good. That's actually a good call. So I'll place a lock on. I'll just place a lock on this bottom rifler and then consume it for advantage, just to make sure I really get it.
Sure.
All right, so let's do that. Tech attack, accurate, 15.
15 will hit as you burn through its circuits, and it is out.
Alrighty. And now let's move. Going to move. Whoops. Oh boy. I don't know what's going on with my measuring tool. Okay, I'm going to move 6 feet in this direction. So I think once you move KESTRAL, it'll be adjacent to me. And that's all, folks.
All right, cool beans. That's you, Comet?
Yes.
All right. So, first,
I'm gonna go invisible this time because I moved.
I'm going to activate the blinder first. It is going to move. Ooh, they're fast little shifty boys. It's going to move 6. Let's see, its sensor range. Ooh, that's great. Okay. Orion, you're just out of range.
Lucky me.
Good news.
Indeed. Hey, Chimera?
Yeah, hit me.
No. That's not my question, buddy.
Okay.
What kind of range do you have on your melee weapons?
Not much. Range is 1.
Because it says you have threat 2 on them.
Do I?
Yeah,
I do.
It's the threat that's the
Yeah, you're right. Okay, 2.
All right. Cool. Is it only... Interesting. All right. Hey, Chimera.
Hit me.
It is going to attack you with predatory logic.
Do have soft cover, by the way.
That's fine.
No,
Okay,
you
I assumed-
don't.
Do I? Why don't I?
Because you forced a thing to make a save.
You're right. Fair slash. You're right. Never mind.
Thank you,
Okay.
Kestrel.
Fair.
All right. Predatory logic. It doesn't have accuracy on this, but you also don't have cover. So we'll just see how this works out. Hey, it's a hit. It invades your systems and is going to force you to use a weapon against a character within range.
Sorry, Dyne.
So it wants you to use that combat drill on Orion.
cool.
Ooh.
Betrayal.
Okay, here we go. What a way to show off the drill to the judges. Oh God. First attack of the round means I have accuracy.
Lucky you.
12 versus evasion.
I mean, is 12 greater than 7?
You could brace.
No.
Yeah. I'm going
Yes.
to brace. Gain resistance.
Brace.
All right.
It does 14 damage. Or
Um,
half of that.
Yes. So it is armor piercing, so it's the full 14, but you do get to half it for bracing, so that's nice.
Yep.
All right, so that's 7 for Orion.
Cool.
Team Chew Toy, I guess.
I'm putting this at minus 7 HP for my... Okay, hold on. Let's see, I'm okay.
Silly Chimera. That's not the enemy.
I've just been jealous of all the big guns Orion has. Betrayal. I love
Gun
it.
envy.
And then Kestrel, it is going to target you with its other tech attack this round.
I didn't agree to that.
I do not consent.
Consent is important.
So let's go ahead and tear down your systems here. Do you have cover? I believe you shot at things, right?
I do not, yeah.
Okay. A 15 versus your E defense will hit. You'll take 1 heat now, and you'll take 4 more heat at the start of a Blinder's next turn.
Sheesh. All right.
Yeah, we should kill that thing.
Why do you think I killed 2 of them?
Yeah. No, that was great.
People who do tech stuff, they're dangerous. Look at Comet.
Yeah.
All right. And now, to end off the round, we still got one of them prowlers out there. Who,
Crawling
by the
around.
way, is going to reveal itself on top of Comet.
Waha!
And it's coming at you with its claws.
Is doing 2 quick tech attacks part of like the same thing? in a
These guys
round?
can do it.
They can just do it? Okay.
These
Just wondering.
guys specifically can do it.
Also, tech attack can be a lot of different things.
They're
It's like
technically different weapons.
Yeah.
They're not doing invade and then selecting a different choice. Like how Comet has like invade, do this thing, invade, do that thing. These are actually different systems built into the witch.
Like I do 2 tech attacks all the time. That's lock on and invade.
It'd be like you firing like a barrage, basically. They're doing something similar to that. Comet.
Yes,
you are not invisible right now, right?
No, sir.
And you do not have any cover?
I do not.
All right, and it is coming out of invisibility onto you, or out of hidden, that is. 15 versus your evasion.
That will hit, I'm pretty sure.
15
13
hits.
is my evasion.
And because of Hunt, since there are no allies adjacent, or no anybody adjacent to you, it'll be 10 total damage.
Ow, that is a structure, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, geez.
I'm sorry, I'm still trying to wrap my brain around this. Does that mean I was hit with an attack?
Yes.
So, does that mean I could trigger my return fire when I get hit with attack? I can make an attack against them?
It is an attack. When they do teardown, that is a tech attack.
Okay.
If your thing works on tech attacks, then yes.
When a character hits you with a ranged attack?
It is not a ranged attack. There are melee attacks.
You have to be within melee. See, you couldn't even done it in the first place. See, it's fine.
There are ranged attacks, melee attacks, and tech attacks. There are 3 types of attacks.
Okay.
If it just said attack, the answer would be yes. If it says ranged attack, then the answer is no.
All right, so let's roll a d6 to see what happens. Glancing blow. I rolled a 6.
Very nice.
Oh,
That's not
there
too
we go.
bad. So I'm impaired.
Just
That's all
impaired.
that is.
That's not the worst.
Okay, yeah, that's. I'll take it.
An invisible panther bot did appear out of nowhere and strike you, but hey, could have been worse.
Yep.
So it just moved and then attacked. It can still prowl. So it's going to move its speed and then become hidden.
Hey, stop prowling.
But since it doesn't have any movement left, you'll probably know where it is at the end of this movement. It moves here. Not impaired. Hidden.
Duke.
That is Prowler, and I believe that is the end of this round.
Yes, sir.
All right, very nice. At the beginning of round 5, over by where all of you entered the player deployment area, yet another piece of the ground is pulled aside. And up from below is yet another swarmer, right at the victory line, ready for you.
That's got to be illegal.
But because they ended the last round, this round, you all get to start first.
Can I assume one of you guys gets the blinder and I can move up?
I mean, I literally can't because I braced. I can only take a single action.
Do you overcharge?
No. Brace
Oh.
limits me to a single quick action.
Okay.
All right. So I can. So what you're saying is I can roll a tech attack against that blinder then and give it heat.
That would technically work.
I would like to use a
invade
quick
it.
action to do that. Yes.
Yes. Okay, you're going to make a quick... so it's within your sensor range?
Yeah, my sensors are like 20 or excuse me, never mind. They're 10. Hold on. I think it is. Nope, it's not.
Just
Nope.
out of range.
Ooh.
I can I can get it on my turn.
Well, hold on. Let me check one other thing. I can. So.
Do you
Is
have
it
like a reliable
skirmisher?
weapon?
Or after you skirmish. Yeah, skirmish isn't a tech attack though. Shoot.
Is it not within range of your pistols or anything?
No, the pistols are very short range, and I only
Gotcha.
have 10 range.
Are you able to bring the drone adjacent to me?
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna
Kestrel,
do.
Okay.
do you like technicalities?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so the drone moves as long as you started your turn adjacent to it. It moves with you when you make your standard movement.
Yes.
You've already satisfied starting your turn adjacent
Yep.
to it. So as long as you use your standard movement to move it wherever you want to, you could technically boost or do whatever other type of movement first, as long as when you do your standard movement, you're next to it.
Yeah. I figured that too and was trying to skirmish, because when I skirmish I can move too, like Chimera, when I attack, but there isn't anything in range to even skirmish. So I'd have to boost.
Yeah, you
And
could
then
like boost to the
skirmish
other side of the
back.
drone.
Which is, I'm basically doing a full action just to kill the blinder, which...
Yeah, because you'd have to like boost to the other side of the drone,
Yeah.
and then maybe do the tech attack to kill it from a distance without moving away from it,
Yeah.
and then push the drone up to COMET. But as long as you know it's an option, then whatever you want to do is up to
No,
you.
I'm going to, if I move here, can the drone go in between Comet and I then, I assume?
You can guide it there.
Yeah, okay. Then I'm going to do that.
I would allow that. Yeah, absolutely. Let me see if I can give it a more vibrant background, because it is kind of disappearing into the crater here.
I was gonna ask. Okay.
And if
No,
I
that
barrage, I
didn't
have to
work
do
at
it
all.
all at the same spot, but I can attack different things.
You can attack different things, but that you have to stay on the same spot while you're doing it. That is correct.
Okay, cool. All right, well, I am then going to use my gunslinger talent. What's it called? I kill with my heart. So I'm going to reset my gunslinger die, because I'm at 1 currently.
Nope, that didn't work. Gee, I made it
glowing.
glow. I made it shine.
You
not
lit
what I
up
wanted at
everything
all.
but the Z4. Okay.
Strobe lights.
It is now a Christmas light.
Okay, sorry. You can
soon.
please continue.
No, you're
It's
good.
not even
I was just letting that
It's not
play
even
out.
Halloween yet.
All right, so I'm going to just move up and then just pull out one of my hand cannons and just take an aim on Swarmer and use the gunslinger dice here. This is 1 accuracy is my first shot. Wait, am I in range? I think I am. Yeah, I'm just in range. So I have 1 accurate shot here. It hits. All right.
Ooh.
Nice.
What? Wait, was that supposed to be the suppressor or the swarmer? Because you targeted the suppressor.
No, sorry, that was left over from earlier. I think that thing's dead anyways. It should be the swarmer. Sorry.
Where's?
Then does a 14
Oh yeah, you
hit.
must have had another thing targeted. Okay.
Yeah, I had the old one targeted. my bad.
let me open up the swarmer. A 14 hits the swarmer. Yes.
Wonderful. All right, because I do an extra 2d6, and this is all armor piercing on this swarmer.
So that's
great.
So you rolled a 7 on the 2d6, so that's 6 plus 7 armor piercing, right?
Yep, that's right. 13
Very
damage
nice.
armor piercing.
13 total, you said?
Yep.
Be slow with me because I have to do actual mental math here.
You're good.
Okay, cool. You get 1 blast shot against it. It looks like it was rocked pretty significantly by that shot.
Cool. Well, I've got another hand cannon loaded with its name on it, so I'm going to do my other shot from that.
Uh-huh. Yeah, you get that just as part of your skirmish.
15 hits.
Oh, are you barraging or
this was a
skirmishing, by
barrage.
the way?
This was a barrage.
Okay. So that was hit and then another hit.
Yep.
So that'll be another 2 damage.
Not armor piercing this time. I don't know if that matters.
It does not seem to have armor, so you just do another 2 damage to it.
Okay. I'm just making sure I'm ticking down my die here. 1 second. All right. Then I am going to use my integrated mount to shoot at the invisible prowler that should be right next to me here. So he is invisible.
There is a thing, which is Hidden has a very specific wording to it, which
right,
is
'cause it's hidden.
hidden characters cannot be targeted by hostile attacks or actions. They do not cause engagements, and you only know their approximate location. So technically, if you had an AoE, you could line it up on the area they are, but if you have an attack against it, you cannot roll it.
Okay, then this is just going to keep going at the swarmer then.
Okay. You can find a hidden character if you search as an action. Yeah.
And then this is the rest of my barrage action on him.
So pistol, that'll be miss and hit for
And
5,
hit.
8, and then hit again for 10. So pistol for miss, hit for another. Ooh, those were 2 good ones too.
Yeah.
For 3 and 3 for another 6 damage.
Yep, good rolls. All right.
You have needled it away with your shot so hard that one good critical hit, like not critical as an in-game, but
One good hit will take
one
out, you're
good
saying?
decisive hit plus following up by all these riddling hits. It already, just from your turn, looks like it's on its last legs.
All right. I'm
Very nice.
going to overcharge.
Yeah, I mean, if we can finish it off,
No-
this was
no
the only thing that
quarter.
spawned, right?
No quarter is what you get said.
This puts me in some dangerous heat range, but I'm already in dangerous heat range. Because if that guy gets his turn off the blinder, I'm just gonna overheat.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm going to. Do I throw a grenade or do I?
I mean, a grenade will always deal,
1d6 or at least half.
and we know they own I mean, if you're aiming for the Prowler only has 1 health.
No. I'm not aiming for the Prowler. Comet will take care of the Prowler. I'm not worried about that. I'm going for the Swarmer. So I'm gonna throw a frag grenade at it then. Last one must pass an agility save.
An agility save from the Swarmer. All right. Agility.
14.
It rolls an 18.
Okay, it'll still take half damage then.
Okay.
It'll take 1 damage.
All right. It takes 1. The blast goes off next to it, but unfortunately, not enough to take it down.
Okay, I believe that's everything I can do.
All right. Kestrel, that is you. Let's mark you off. I will say, doing that did change something in your favor, though, Kestrel. Because now the Swarmer feels like it has to use its turn or lose it.
Yeah.
Which means the blinder isn't activating right now.
Yeah.
So I'm going to activate the Swarmer. The Swarmer. Let's see. He has so many cool things he can do.
Hopefully the crowd liked that.
They're cheering. Woo!
They're all fans of Kestrel and Orion right now. Not so much Chimera.
Oh, I know what it wants to do. It's a risk, though. Is it willing to take a risk? It's
Take
about
the
to die.
risk.
It's about to die, right? It's going to take a risk. You think, right? Makes sense to me. It's going to deploy a Razor Swarm.
Yep. I was afraid of that.
It will deploy it. Just in front of Comet,
Oh,
but not on top of Comet. But what it will do is now it's going to target Comet and use a drone barrage. As foop, 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 a bunch of drones pop out the top of the Swarmer and begin to assault you, Comet.
Okie dokie.
Do you have cover or anything?
I wish I did, but I do not.
Okay. Pray this doesn't hit you. Hey, only a 9 versus evasion.
That's good. That's a miss.
E-defense,
that would have been,
but yeah.
Yeah, versus E-defense, which is why it's very hard to hit you with it.
Oh, E-defense even, even
it
better.
would have been very bad if they just had hit you.
Yeah.
Because it would have walked you into that swarm without the thing adjacent to you.
Oh gosh, yeah.
Oh wow, yeah.
Or let him become immobile.
Or become immobilized. So it is a good thing that did not work. That's all it has. It tried its hardest. It took a risk, and the risk didn't play out. It is back to your side.
Comet, take it to freedom and then get the fuck out.
Yeah, really. You can do it.
I'm gonna have to take it through the Razor Storm.
Don't.
You can.
Can you kill
overcharge,
the swarmer?
right?
Yeah,
What's that?
Can you kill the swarmer?
Oh, good question.
I was gonna say you can overcharge, right? Because you can overcharge and double
I
boost.
can overcharge. Okay, so kill the swarmer.
No,
Wait,
what I'm saying
overcharge in
is
standard move. You're saying we can do that?
no,
wait,
you can
you're
only
right.
overcharge a boost.
Yeah, movement isn't an action. It's its own thing.
Yeah.
So
Right.
on an overcharge would have to be a boost.
Right. That's my bad.
Regardless, I only have one one thing.
You would know that the razor swarms disappear if the swarmer dies, because you watched. Oh yeah, I should take this off the field. The other razor swarm dissipated when you killed the swarmer.
Right.
So
Okay.
you would know that. Yeah, that depends what you want to do.
I'm gonna put lock on it. Number 1, and
Not impaired. Lock on.
then I'll skirmish it. It's been a long time since I've used my weapons, so bear with me.
How dare you make me shoot my own gun?
Yeah, I'm gonna attack it with my. This is better, I think. My auxiliary mount. So I have 2 Oracle LMG auxiliary rifles. So I'll get to roll them both. They're
this is
accurate.
gonna be so close.
They're accurate and arcing. However, I am impaired, so that's gonna cancel out the accuracy. So let's roll this up. Why is the roll button not working? Hold on. Sorry. Bear with me.
I'm going to untarget the swarmer because it's going to be dead next round, Comet. That's how confident I am you have this.
Comet, you have to target the swarmer if you want it to do
Okay.
the extra special stuff.
Okay. Select targets.
While hovering over the swarmer, press T, and then
Okay.
when you
cool.
do the attack, it'll list the swarmer as the thing being attacked.
Okay, here we go. So first one is accurate, but I'm gonna put in. It already does all this for me. Cool.
Oh
Okay.
boy!
Okay.
All right, so you crit.
Yes.
You got a 21. You rolled a 12, and then got 6 on your accuracy. So it definitely hits.
Yes. Here's the
You
other
do
one.
2 damage.
I rolled a 9.
A 9 hits.
Apparently it's a
Oh.
hit, and it does 3 damage.
Did you keep the accuracy on your second roll? No, you didn't. Okay, you thought of everything. Astro.
Yep.
Astro, you needed to roll good damage to kill it this round.
Uh-huh.
You rolled good damage.
Ooh.
Hey!
With those 2 attacks combined, your 2 damage plus your 3 damage on those Oracle LMGs, which is on the upper end of what you can achieve.
Yeah.
It actually has structure. Crushing hit. The mech is damaged beyond repair. It is destroyed.
That's
Wow. Okay.
great. Actually,
Take
I
it
just
home.
realized now that I should have had accuracy on those rolls because I also had the lock on.
Yes,
and
and they're
completely
accurate
forgot.
weapons.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it worked out. So, all right. So I'm gonna move. Control.
Hey, all the way to the end. No stopping
Zip.
him now.
Then
Anything happen though? Because I'm pretty sure that prowler is a prowler. Prowler.
Nothing happened.
Okay.
Prowler.
Nothing happened.
Okay.
and then free action to get him out of there. Right?
Do you
Yeah.
extract Comet?
I extract absolutely.
All right. Comet. As you get the escort target to the finish line and successfully extract, there's no one competing with you for control over the object. All of you watch as the remaining active drones all click on their IFF signals. They are all registering as friendly to you now, and they just turn around and walk back to their bays to redock at the end of the fight.
Except for the ones that are destroyed.
Yeah, those are wrecks.
We have a pretty good idea because we saw like 4 other people do this. Were we quicker than them?
Let me see the other 3 people who went, because I know how good everyone's going to do in this unless they get extra information. So I know at least how the first 3 people went. So those people went... you were definitely faster than the cane vagrants were, but they got fucked over and having to go first, you remember.
I think they get a pass.
Oh, you guys were way faster and look way less damaged than Prismalo, who were the second people who went.
So far, we are looking good, then.
You guys didn't see how long the third team took.
That's fine.
Yeah.
You guys would have known that Dwarf Elbost went third last night, but no one stayed to see how they did.
I stuck around for some of it, but was forced to leave.
Yeah, you watched. Yeah, you got flushed out of the vent at that point. So you know so far that you don't know by how much, but you're probably doing better than the cane vagrants right now, and you know Prismalo did not do as well as you did.
Cool.
We're looking pretty.
All right. With that, I imagine the 4 of you get back to the starting area to get ready to extract from the combat zone.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yep.
All right. You watch as the remaining mechs all like return to their bays. You watch specifically as as X4, your escort target, the little elevator that brought up the final swarmer. As the roof of that lifts off, it kind of like pushes the swarmer out of the way because it like lifts it up on its lid. The X4 extract target gets on that elevator that brought the swarmer in, and then that carries X4 down below. So that is probably why you didn't see what the escort target was when everyone else left. Before the door opens for you to leave, the escort target gets carried below the arena.
Bye, X4.
Makes sense. So long, friend.
You all are brought to the front door of the contest arena. The grand doors open, the just giant like garage-like doors that your mechs can fit through, with the smoking wreckage of all those drones behind you. At least one more large crater than there was prior. And you see like kind of a little bit of a crowd out there. You can see some teams like getting ready, like looking, seeing how you did. I would say so COMET is the only one who's structured during this.
Yes.
KESTRAL was in danger of overheating, but it never happened, so the heat just dissipates at the end.
I got drilled.
You got drilled. You all took a fair amount of HP damage on your top structure, so you're not looking pretty coming out of this, but you don't look bedraggled. You look like you came back from like a pretty milk run mission as the doors open. And I would say, based on how the other people regard you as you come out, they're like, you think you've caught the eye of some of the other teams now. You load your mechs. What's that?
I said that can be good or bad.
Yep.
That's why I didn't assign it a value. You guys exit, get on the cargo elevator that takes your mechs back down below to the hangar.
Can I ask a question? Sorry.
Before you do, I will say Jessica, who was feeding you all of your combat data mid-fight, kind of congratulates you guys on a good mission and then signs off. And yeah, the cargo elevator brings you back down below. What was your question, Chimera?
As we're exiting the arena, what was the reactions of the... I keep calling them judges, but I guess it's more like
they're judges, yeah.
The board members,
I would accept judges. The council members.
Yes.
The council members of Project Rebirth. All their screens turn off before you exit. I'm glad you called this out, because basically what happens is as you exit, no one says anything to you. The little black and red striped banner that was going around the outside of the thing turns off from saying mission on to a green and black banner that now says collect your bets. And the 5 screens that once had the council members on them all turn off before the door opens.
That's rude. Not even an attaboy.
Not a thing.
Not even any comments from what's her face?
Well,
Alyssa Mayer.
especially not her. She's not trying to stand out.
I guess, but I mean, like, she introduced the thing to us. I figured she would say,
she introduced
okay.
the thing. You did your mission. What do you want? A pat on the back?
Well, I mean, I was hoping for at least
cookies,
get
Will,
out of
or-
here, or
I
like
mean-
GTFO, you know?
Well, if you were expecting that, that's not what you got, Chimera.
Disappointment.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's all I had.
As you come back down to the hangar and load yourselves back in to kind of like log out of the mechs and dismount, Orion. As you go to turn things off and kind of like put your mech back in rest mode, Artemis is going to come up and just say, the prototype weapon, it works well.
It does. You did well.
I believe so too. How much longer must we stay at this contest playing dull fights?
Still 2 more challenges. Then we'll be off to some real missions.
Okay. I can wait.
We'll give it 100%. Yeah, putting holes in other ships and mechs will have to wait. For now,
Soon.
just these little dolls.
Soon.
Yeah.
All right. Your systems turn off. And what do you guys do from here? What is your like first order of business after completing your first leg of contest?
Dyne is going in full repair mode to get everything back up as fast as possible.
Same.
Yeah,
Curry
that's
sees
fine.
you guys get back, and he's like, well, how'd it go?
Not too bad.
I mean,
Would have
little
been a
dings.
perfect run if someone hadn't dragged it through.
Hey, you warned me, but you didn't tell me what we were cautious of, so you're just as much at fault.
We didn't think we needed to spell it out.
I asked. I literally asked, what's the dumb thing? No one answered.
We
I want
wanted
to
to see if
clarify.
you
I
knew.
didn't say that in character. I just want to clarify before that goes any further.
Before
I
that
said
becomes
Chuck.
canon.
Oh, no.
Don't
No,
do the
that
dumb
happened.
thing.
That happened.
Okay, if Steve didn't, then Dyne did.
There you go. That's fine. Just Steve wouldn't have done that.
You're right. Next time I'll be more specific.
We wanted to see if you knew the dumb thing. It was a test, and you failed.
What dumb thing did you do?
There was a... Go ahead.
Oh, there's a razor storm of drones, and
Is there people around?
This is your private hangar. You've loaded your
Okay.
mechs in at this point. Technically, there could be someone, hidden somewhere listening in on you talking, but you don't see anyone.
I still put my hand up to
Yeah.
Astro to get him to stop.
I look at Astro and I say, "Not here, in the house."
Well, speaking of, you guys just got back from your mission, so I imagine you're all going to want some R&R. I can take the shift that starts now and watch the hangar if any y'all want to rest.
That would be great, Curry. Thanks.
Yeah, no
I'll
problem.
look at Evelene and I'll go, "I'll stay here and start repairs. When I come back after you rest up, you can come back and continue them on."
All right. Yeah. Thank you, Dyne. Yeah, sure. I'll take you up on that.
All right, Curry will just be lending a helping hand then.
Yeah.
Helping you get things up in order. If there's anything you guys ran out of during the fight, he'll get, order more to, be brought here from the DBC and things like that.
Yep.
So the other three of you, what are you doing?
I'm gonna head back to the residence.
Yeah, I guess so too.
Yeah, I'm gonna go up and watch the other contestants as they go throughout the day.
Okay. Yeah, you'll head up to the auditorium. So the other two of you, Evelene and Astro, are going back to the house as a group.
Yes.
Yeah,
Okay.
we'll go with Evelyn.
As you head back to the residential area, you hit the little elevator that goes to your residential zone. And as you wait for the elevator, you will see a couple of people in the fatigues, basically, that have rifles strapped to their back. You've identified these people earlier as members of Alabast. And as you're kind of loading onto the elevator to go upstairs, they get on with you.
Did Alabast go yet?
No,
I'll nod to them.
they nod at you.
I'll say, "Good luck."
Yeah, thank you.
When is your turn up?
Oh, we're near the end, so yeah, we got a good long time to prepare ourselves. While you're on the elevator waiting to get back to your residence, one of the Alabast people reaches over and hits the elevator stop button,
Oh,
and the elevator freezes.
I'll put
How
a
cl-
hand to my holster. I'll say, "Can we help you?"
Yeah, one of the bigger guys leans against the wall that has the buttons on it, blocking them with his body, and just crosses his arms.
I was about to ask. Thank you.
And then the other two kind of screen in front of you two, kind of lining up with the two of you. Basically, their rifles on their backs are now basically at their side. They would just need to pull them forward to be holding them, right? And they go, "Yeah, we have a few questions for you."
Oh,
Hold
what
up.
kind of questions?
Hold up, and then Evelyn will pull out her flask and take a sip. You guys
Well,
want some?
this doesn't have to be entirely unpleasant. You've seen what's in there, and we just want to get an idea.
Oh,
Nah.
that would be breaking the rules, and that would disqualify us both.
Breaking the rules. Do you think they actually care about the rules?
Well, I don't know if they do or don't, but I don't see the point in putting that to the test.
Well, here's why. Because we know that you're just some mid-ranking merc group that stumbled in here. We've looked you up ahead of time. Do you really think you have a chance at people like ShareSeal?
I think it would be dangerous to underestimate us.
Listen, all I'm saying is that a scrappier group should stick together. You help us out here, maybe we watch your back in the future. I don't see why we can't have a little tit for tat.
Well, I don't see the beginning of a trusting relationship. As you are holding your guns at your side right now.
You literally have us at gunpoint.
You went to your holster first, buddy.
Yeah, because I didn't know what you were doing.
Listen,
Not the
all
most
we want
trusting.
is a little talk away from the cameras and the microphones.
I don't think that's going to happen. For all I know, this could be a setup to get us disqualified.
You heard the rules. If you get disqualified, we get disqualified.
Exactly.
It's both parties that take part get disqualified. And what we're looking for is to build a alliance of sorts.
Well, how do we know you even proposed this alliance to the previous teams? How about that?
The answer is you don't.
There we go.
I'll put my hand up away from the holster. I'll say, listen, I appreciate the offer, but I think we're going to have to pass.
They, pull on the straps on their guns to pull them back up on their backs again. Listen, we're not going till 7th. We're right near the end. It'll give you a little time to reconsider. Find a way to contact us, get us somewhere where there aren't any cameras or any microphones, and we can negotiate a little bit of help for each other. You know what? You're already starting with some cards in your hand, so we'll even make sure the deals are favorable for you. We just want to make sure that we get this job for our crew, and we're willing to do a little bit of dealing with some other teams. There are 3 spots open. I don't see why we both can't get in. And maybe it'll be easier to get those spots if we work together. That's all I'm saying.
Okay.
He motions to the larger man. He pushes himself up off the wall with the buttons. He hits the brake again, so the elevator starts back up, and then he tips his cap at you.
Oh, you're a gentleman.
You get up to C, and the doors open.
As we exit the, I assume they stay in the elevator, or are they coming out with us?
I'll just step out without saying another word.
Oh. I mean, I'll wait. I'll just kind of wave them off, like, good doing business with you guys.
No, you're right. They just wait on the elevator as you guys get out.
Okay.
All right. And the doors close behind you as you exit onto floor C, and the elevator goes back down.
As soon as we get into a residence and close the door, Evelene's going to bring up, like, we can't actually afford for them to be in the top 3, right?
I mean, the end of the day, all we really want is for us to be one of the top 3.
Yeah, but we also got, we already got to deal with the Cane Vagrants, and we got the other crew we agreed to get into the top 3. So that's, my ability to do math hasn't faltered. That's all 3 spots, right?
Remind me what the other crew was again?
This is Chuck talking, by the way. I know there was a crew that we agreed that would get also on.
There was a crew that I believe Jeremy knows about that I do not think we do in character.
I thought
you guys wouldn't know about, because I would have told you the name of the crew. I wouldn't have.
Yeah,
he told you about it. So to remind you, it's Dwarf Elbost.
Yeah.
Okay.
The group with the ACSI or ASC2, whatever, art pumpkin.
The ASCII art pumpkin. Yeah. It is the group that has the ghillie suit dwarf in it.
Right.
Yes. They would have already gone. They went right before you guys did.
Okay. Oh, say,
So- Even if we wanted to help them, I mean, we really can't unless we want to like get in trouble with someone.
well, I don't want to help them anyway. I don't trust them. I don't like the vibe they give off. I feel like they may backstab us. Cane
What, 'cause they
vagrants, we can trust them. They're good guys.
Yeah, sure. But I mean, what, you don't trust them because they pulled out their guns? Because, I mean, technically speaking, they're right. I mean, I'm not sure I agree with their methods, but they haven't, like, backstabbed us or anything.
Well, we just don't know them.
Yeah, that is true, though. I'm not saying we should help them, but I'm just saying is, like, let's not pick any fights that we don't need to pick.
Hey, I'm happy if they stay out of my way, I'll stay out of theirs. But
Yeah.
I don't think I want to stick my neck out for them.
Agreed.
Anyway, I don't really even know what we can do to help other teams. Even if we told them what to expect, would it really be that helpful to them? We kind of knew what to expect. It didn't really, in the end, really change our strategy or how we decide to load out.
Maybe, if they were more of a melee-based combat crew, I could see them maybe switching to more long-range weapons, especially since most of those mechs went down with one shot. That's information in itself.
Well, we also got to consider they've probably gone up to every crew that's gone so far
Yeah.
and made the same offer. Probably they're just trying to get information from everyone. And who knows if they intend to return the favor. I notice in this arrangement, it would be us sticking our necks out first for them. Anyway,
I don't know.
I'm going to take
Yeah.
a nap.
Well, no, hold up. There's one thing I mean, there's many things I have concerns about, but there's one other thing I wanted to bring up. What was that story about? What's the deal with those bets? That's new.
Oh, I don't know. It's probably got a side thing going on here.
I guess maybe to raise funds or something, but I don't know. It seems a bit suspicious. I mean, I'm not sure what, but I mean, like, I feel like if it wasn't an issue, they would have brought it up sooner, or at all, really.
I don't love the idea of them, taking bets on us. It makes me feel like we're monkeys performing for their entertainment. But what are you gonna do?
Well, here's one thing to take consideration. What if this isn't and Evelyn just kind of groans for a minute. What if this isn't a contract test at all? Like, what happens if, like, we get in the top 3 spots and they say, like, well, we decided we don't actually need you, and it was all just a front for some sort of gambling thing.
Well, that would make Ren's contact very unreliable then.
That would probably piss off Ethic.
Yeah.
Not that Dyne's there, but I had to say that.
I was about to say that, so don't worry. I mean, if anything, like, next opportunity we have with Ethic, I'd bring that up. I mean, I don't know if we're going to get ever a chance to speak with her again, but
I think Ethic would know if this whole thing was a ruse.
True.
I don't know if they could pull that one over her.
I don't know, just something stinks, and I don't like it.
If it was just a cover for some, I don't know, gambling ring, why would they make it so visible to us at the beginning of the challenge?
Yeah, okay, I'll give you that.
I think it's just a side thing, you know. People will take bets on anything. Any way you can make money, people will go for it.
Maybe they're hurting for the funds. I mean, see how unfinished this place is. What if that's part of it?
It does raise a question if there are other people observing these challenges other than our judges.
It might be good to just. I don't even know where we would begin, but I would see if we can find out anything more about this if we can.
Well, I'm beat, so
Yeah.
maybe I'll look into it after I rest up. But for now, I'm just glad we got through that first challenge in one piece. I think we did pretty well. We're off to a strong start here.
Yeah, I mean, maybe it'll be if we go at this pace, I mean, we should be fine till the end. Of course, we also don't know what our score is, so I guess we'll find that out after the last crew goes up.
I know what our score was. It was an A+.
All right, well, keep telling yourself that. And Evelene will kind of just like flop on the couch and just kick back.
Actually, it was an A-. I got to deduct points for your one move.
Evelene just kind of raises her flask and acknowledgement, like, all right, whatever you say.
All right. Well, as you guys had your encounter and went back to rest, Dyne, you are still working on the mechs with Curry. So let's pop over and talk to Steve. Steve, you go back up into the auditorium and you're just going to spend some time here chilling and checking out the competition, correct?
Yep. If there's anyone around or something, I might talk to them a little bit. I don't know who's here yet, I guess.
So after a little while before the next team start, you see the team that has kind of like the white outfits and the guns on their back, in kind of like workmen's outfits, come back into the room. It looks like they went to go do something and then came back to watch the competition again. The other people in the room are... So you guys just went. You were number 4. 5, 6. Where's 7? Oh, that. No, where's? Oh, there's 7. There, Alabasta 7. 5, 6, 7, 8. The other group of people here are a group of people who they look like a mercenary crew, which is interesting because everyone else here has something going on about them that makes them a little bit more standout to you. These people haven't stood out to you in any way. They kind of almost would remind you of like a crew like your own, right? Like the way Steve would look at him is like, oh, this is another crew that has like a small core of ace pilots. But they kind of all seem to do their own thing. They don't have like a theme. They're not all wearing similar clothes. They're not all wearing similar gear. They don't even have like a patch amongst them that like symbolizes their their
Are you telling me
affiliation.
Are you telling me there's not a single set of aviators on any of them?
No,
What?
they're just dudes.
My
they're
God.
just like
What kind of
dudes
pilots
and
are
ladies.
they?
Yeah, so the other group in the room with you is a group of 4 people who honestly looks like they're just hanging out. They've pulled out the bleachers a little bit. One of them, every once in a while, goes to get stuff for the rest of the group. Like they're almost like they're taking shifts. Like every once in a while, you'll see one person leave, and then like 30 minutes later, he'll come back with drinks for the rest of the crew and maybe like a snack of chips to share amongst them. They honestly look like they're just people hanging out with each other.
Okay.
But the crew that is going next, you watch load in after a while that come up the cargo elevator. There are 4 mechs, each one jet black, with a little bit of arcane geometry in various colors, different color for each of the 4. By arcane geometry, I mean like, circles, like what you would see in a fantasy book, right? Like if Steve has ever read like fantasy literature or watched fantasy movies, these people just have like magic circles drawn on their mechs, but otherwise they're completely tack black, right? So it's like they each have an emblem that almost looks like a magic circle on them. They all have a variety of gear. They all have like swords and rifles, and one of them is loaded out with like shoulder launchers. One of them seems to have like crazy boosters and wings that are folded back and kind of like folded up on its back. One of them seems to have like 2 additional arms that are like folded across its chest, and one of them seems to have like this crazy heavy shield that it carries with one of its arms. The thing pulls up, the garage door pulls up, the 4 walk forward in unison, and then the door closes behind them.
Okay.
I'm assuming you're going to wait the whole time to see how they come out?
Yeah, I will. But at some point, I'll go over and talk to the casual-looking merc pilots there.
Yeah, okay, absolutely. Let me grab their stuff here. You walk over, and one of them looks up and goes, "Oh, hey there." It is a small, kind of like lithe woman who's wearing like loose clothing that kind of like hangs around her baggily. She looks up from like a snack that she just handed one of the other members of the crew.
Got any extra?
Sure. Hey, Jace, hand that back over. You look at the guy sitting right behind her, hand it forward. She grabs the bag. She holds it up to you. It is a bag of like veggie chips.
Did you guys
Name
go
Sherry.
yet? Oh, Sherry.
Oh,
Steve.
no, we're last, actually. We have all the time in the world.
What group are you guys?
We're the Dire Scholars.
I just nod like that means something to me, I guess. Okay.
Just, kind of smiles at you.
What kind of chances you give them?
Who, the people who just went in?
I nod.
You want to bet on it?
I bet they'll go 2 structures down.
Interesting. I'll take your bet. I bet they'll come out. Are we doing under or over?
I shrug.
I bet they'll do better than that.
Oof, good. Thought I might have given them too much credit. If there's a chair, I'll sit down and just
Yeah, they pulled out the
out
bleachers. They have like pull out bleachers. So there's just these long benches where it's like a long bench and then a step and then a slightly higher long bench and then a step, right? So it's like literally pull out from the wall bleachers.
All right. Yeah, I just hang out there. I'll talk to them if they talk to me, but I don't like bring up much else. Just kind of listening to them.
They absolutely just introduce themselves to you. The woman who started talking goes, "My name's Sherry. That's Jace. That over there is Lonnie. And then the one who looks really uncomfortable, that's Gur." Gur goes, eh.
Yeah, we got one that's really uncomfortable if they don't have tuna very often, too.
Tuna?
Boy.
That's interesting. Where you guys hail from?
Space station. Out a ways here.
Oh, really? Which one?
What is it? What was the name of the space station?
The one that Ren's from?
Yeah.
That's Eos.
Eos, thank you. God. So many different names going through my head, and none of them were right. I'll just say, Eos. I hesitate to say we're from there. We've done some jobs from there.
Okay, so you guys, pull jobs from the rims, huh?
I nod. What about you? I haven't heard of you before.
Probably why we haven't heard of each other. We mostly work with AM2.
Is that another... Is that like room or something?
You would know that is just an abbreviation people sometimes use for apogee material and materiel. Yeah, so people call it AM2. Okay.
This is some big corpo thing?
Yeah. I mean, most of us are from the Corps. So, when we got into business together, we're like, why travel too far? Took us a while. We had to work our way up from the bottom. I'll tell you what, we did a lot of milk runs. Take this from there, guard the construction materials, watch cement dry, Well, I'm glad that's behind us.
Well, for every boring milk run we have, we're taking some extreme mission away from one of these guys, and I'll motion towards the doors as these guys went through.
Well, I'll tell you what, I'm really just hoping we can land a job here. Things have been weird lately.
Weird?
All the corpos have become a little bit insular. We used to sometimes do jobs for CorSec, when they needed some independent contractors if they were spread a little thin. They're not working with anyone anymore. And aside from Operation Rebirth, AM2, Unfolding, Lev, they have poured all of their effort into this. So getting this job is the only way to work with them anymore. And I don't know personally if you've done a lot of work for Terratella, but I don't want to work for them too often. They can be a little shitty.
Most of my crew's got reputation with Corps, so we don't do a lot of work with them. Terratella especially, so...
I'm not surprised, actually. Manticorp is really the only steady hand that we've been working with recently. They have jobs on the regular, but like I said, these three being locked down in this big project, CorSec going all inquisitorial in the core, it's just been hard to get good jobs recently.
You ever thought about taking not good jobs?
I mean, it's hard, we got family in the Corps, we don't want to travel out too far.
I nod. Yeah, I get it.
How about you? You guys all live on the rim? It just... What's it, parties all the time out there?
Parties. That's a way to put it. The rim is desolate, it feels like at times. Very little structure, organization, civilization. It almost doesn't exist. Kind of leaves a void if you're in it too long, I think, but thankfully you haven't needed to yet.
Jace goes, sounds nice. I could use a little peace and quiet. Lonnie looks over at him and goes, yeah, right, Jace. You wouldn't survive a moment without us bugging you. Gur goes, Sherry just shakes her head and looks back at you. Yeah, I just don't think the rimword's for us, you know? So here's hoping this goes well.
Well, good luck to you.
Hey, you too. What group are you with?
Murder of Crows.
Oh, hey, I heard that was you guys just went before this, right?
Yeah, we did.
Well, you looked better than the dwarfs, I'll tell you that.
Yeah, strange thing. I'm wondering if the missions are different for each people.
You know, maybe it could be, or maybe they have randomized elements. Jace said this much. Jace goes, I bet the core structure of the mission is the same, but if I had my guess, they're probably altering slight bits of it in order to select for people who can adapt, even if they've learned something about what happens inside.
Sounded to me like they were asking us to share information.
Yes, I think there's a possibility that they just want to test our ability at gathering information without getting caught.
Well, I've already gone, so... You found anything fun yet?
Sherry goes, don't want to talk about it out loud. Can't guarantee there isn't like some weird clown hiding behind the bleachers or something.
I shudder at clown.
Yeah.
There's a lot of weirdos here. I'm glad to have met you. You don't seem weird.
Give it time. Or the meeting of the rest of my crew. One of the two things.
Yeah, I get you. At this point, you haven't been talking for that long.
But enough that I feel comfortable to reach for one of their beers.
And as you're reaching for one, the doors start to open. Standing in a line, with the only scratches upon them being upon the shield that one of the four carries. 4 mechs that look almost as pristine as when they stepped in, step out. And not a ton faster, but a fair bit faster than your team.
Oh.
She notices you watching and then reaches the rest of the way for that beer you were reaching for and lifts it up into your hand and goes, looks like I win. What do you owe me?
Wow, I didn't expect that.
Well, that's Share Seal.
Those nerds?
They're the favorites, I hear. I've only ever heard of people going up against them in some of the Corpo wars. Glad I was never one of them.
Wow. I suppose...
She shrugs and goes, hey, at least there's 3 spots, right?
Yeah, 3 spots. Sure hope stays that way for a while. Is that was the last one of the day, I think?
No, you guys went first.
Oh, we went first? Oh, okay.
Yeah, there's 3 a day. So you were number 4 position. So you were the morning of the second day.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah, so Share Seal just went, and it'll be a little bit before the next team loads in. Because it does morning, afternoon, and then evening. Are you going to stay the whole day?
No,
a
I
quick
think-
question.
Yeah, you know what? Maybe I will, actually. I will. Sorry. Go ahead, Todd.
Oh, when did Alabast say they were going?
They said
7th.
that they were 7th.
So is that
That'll be morning of the 3rd day.
morning of tomorrow? Okay.
Yeah, tomorrow.
And then if what the Dire Scholars said was correct, they will be going in the afternoon of the last day, and that's the last team. All right, now here's the question I have. Did any of you have anything else you want to do between now and the final day? Because if not, we can move forward to when they summon you all together to tell you the rankings. But if there's anything you wanted to accomplish before then, I want to give you the room to do so.
I'll bring it up to the rest of the team that Alabast is making making moves here, and they asked us to clue them in on what to expect. A little tit for tat, quid pro quo. But that I'm inclined to ignore their offer.
Well, based on what Steve said about the group that went after us, I'm going to say there's probably only going to be 2 slots available. And, well, we should probably look out for ourselves. As much as I would like to help the other groups, I think us getting that job is top priority.
Yeah, they said they could help us in return, but I don't know if I feel that trusting.
Besides, they probably came to us because of our Dyne, air quote, history. We seem a lot weaker than we actually are.
I would like to just give some additional information. If Steve had stayed to see the final team for the day, you would have that information coming into this conversation, Steve.
Okay.
The final team for this day would have been Uncanny Ravine.
Oh boy.
Their mechs load up the elevator. One of them legitimately looks like a Harlequin. Like, it has bladed fans, its face is painted white, and it has like large antenna sticking off the top of it that have colored balls at the end, almost like a Harlequin's cap. It has a variety of like mech-sized knives strapped in various places around its body. And you would note, Steve, a variety of weird mechanisms built into it in odd places that give it a weird, unbalanced look. It looks non-symmetrical because it has various additions and add-ons in places on opposite parts of its body that make it look like it's going to fall over. The other mechs in its team is like there's a huge mech, like it's a size 3. It's gigantic. It barely fits through the door going into the next room. And then there's a tiny mech, smaller even than yours. It literally just looks like of an advanced exosuit. One of the large one is painted to resemble a fantasy ogre. The tiny one is dressed up to look like a guy on safari. It has like a little hat on, like a larger than a human-sized hat draped over the top of this mech's head that looks like a safari hat, and he literally has a gun draped over the exoskeleton's shoulder that looks like an elephant gun, but slightly larger than a human would be able to hold. The last person in the group is a normal, size 1 mech, but it looks like an old school diving suit Like, it just looks like an old school diving suit with like the whole, weird gridded face. And its weapon is legitimately a giant anchor that it has like over its shoulder, held with one hand. And you see a huge heavy chain like hanging down from its anchor that it just lets drag behind it on the ground. Those are the 4 that load into the room next.
That's a colorful catch right there.
As you wait, they eventually come back out, as most teams do. It's hard to say. I assume you watched with interest because they're a weird group. And they're, it's hard to tell how damaged they are, but it looks like the Safari guy maybe took a few hits. The Harlequin, looks a little unbalanced. The big guy has some scratches on him. You see that the chain is like a little like haggard looking on the guy with the big anchor. The time is very close to yours. Like you can't say whether you did better or worse than them without more information.
All right.
So that's information you would have going into it.
Yeah, and I'll tell the others that too.
Oh, joy.
Okay. Yeah, I had a feeling they would be weird when they were all suited up.
I wonder which one is Smilesmack.
Probably the one that looks like the Harlequin.
Yeah, I could see that.
Well, yeah, at any rate, I think we focus on ourselves first and probably keep to ourselves as much as possible. We don't want to get embroiled in something more complicated.
Yep.
Indeed.
All right. So, do you guys want to go to the rankings?
Sure.
Let's go.
Yeah, let's do this.
All right. So, in the evening of the final day, since the last team went in the afternoon of the final day, all of you receive a message to assemble in the assembly hall. As you do, you all file in. And again, it's like when they first announced what was going to happen. The 5 people, the 5 council members are kind of in the back discussing amongst themselves. You can tell they're having some animated conversations. They don't always look amicable. And up front, you will see Losamar. She makes sure everyone is in, and then she goes back, gets the attention of the 5 council members. They kind of like line up, like looking out on all of you, and then she will step out and she'll go, all right, welcome everyone. Congratulations on making it through the first leg of contest. I would like to congratulate all of you because all of you scored points. Not a single one of you was disqualified. I think that deserves a round of applause, everyone. And then she like starts clapping, like hoping other people will join in.
Astro absolutely joins in.
And totally some other people do. Smiles joins in. His whole group joins in. Like, yeah, let's we like clapping. The dire scholars start clapping. In fact, most people who don't look kind of a little bit too full of themselves kind of start to join in. But you will note that very specifically, Dwarf Elbost does not clap. And Share Seal does not clap. She goes, okay, all right, that was nice. Anyway, I'm going to now announce how the rankings work. Based on your performance, our council members took everything they saw into account. We took into account how quickly you... Oh, right. She hits herself on the head like she's like silly for forgetting something. Now that you all know what happened in there, just to let you know, you all had roughly the same mission. We just changed up the order of deployments and when certain things activated for your fights. So largely you all had to deal with similar situations, but we did want to mix things up a little bit to make sure that, if one of you got the rundown, that you weren't, perfectly planned for what would happen when. But you all did expertly. Now, the way the rankings will work is we have a points system, taking into account speed, how well you protected the escort, depending on how well you utilized, adaptability. That was a strong thing. Whether or not you did things that were somehow detrimental, even if they didn't affect you in the long run. Were there any unforced errors? These were all taken into account, and our council members ranked you from 1 to 8. Now, the group that comes in first is going to get 13 points. The group that comes in second place will get 10 points. Third place will get 8 points. Fourth place will get 6. Fifth will get 5, 6th will get 4, 7th will get 3, and finally, 8th place will get 2 points. Since none of you disqualified, that does mean that all of you are getting points. Obviously, you can see that you will get the most advantage by coming in first, because that will place you 3 points ahead of your closest rival. Coming in second and third is also advantageous, as it gives you a 2-point leg up on your closest rivals. Starting from 5th place down, it is only in 1 point decrementing points, because just keeping ahead of the competition is not enough to get one of our illustrious spots. So let's hope some of you down there at the bottom can really pull out a win or a top 3 to rocket yourselves up the charts. Now we're going to reveal what place you all got. She walks over to a little board she has set up that has 8 white covers on it. And she goes to the top and is like, in first place, we have, and she pulls the little slot out of the board and it says Share Seal behind it. First place is Share Seal with 13 points. Congratulations, Share Seal.
To no one's surprise, mutters Dyne.
All right. Now you all have a good look at your competition. Let's find out who number 2 is. She goes to the second one down and she pulls the slot out. Uncanny Ravine. And you look over as Smiles puts his hands on his belt and nods up and down and then starts clapping for himself, and then his team joins in clapping for him. All right. Well, you did good. Anyway, now it is on to number 3. Number 3 is, she pulls it back, Murder of Crows. Congratulations.
Hey.
Woo!
All right. And let's see who number 4 is. Number 4 is Dire Scholars. Congratulations. Number 5. The Cane Vagrants. You did get a raw deal this time, but hey, despite that, not in last place.
Astro claps for them.
2, 3, 4, 5. Number 6, Alabast. You had a fair amount of time to get ready. You could have done better. Our judges are hoping for more from you.
Oof.
Number 7.
How do they look?
They look annoyed, but they're stoic in that they stand there with their arms crossed. They have the look of a guerrilla military, but not really. You know what I mean? These remind you of the pirates you guys would have met on your last mission,
Sure.
right? Number 7, Dorf Elbost. I do have to say that some of your tricks were not appreciated by the council. Next time, we suggest focusing on the mission more.
Oh, I wonder what those were.
And in last place, Prismalo. We understand that you had a hard time in that first mission. We would understand if you decide to withdraw from contest. We can speak after the assembly.
Ouch.
She looks back at the council members. You see specifically of the 5 of them. Opie Oriheart like gives her like a strong no like shake of the head, and she like nods at him and turns back at the group, is like, all right, well, I will let you all know now that our next competition is not slated just yet, but the next activity is we are going to have a little assembly, a little mixer, so to speak, where we're going to have a little banquet for all the teams taking part in contest. All the competitors will be there, as will all the judges, and myself. So this is a good time to get to know your competition now that you see how everyone stacks up against each other. Feel free to speak freely with one another. There are no rules on the mixer, except that you all must attend. It is at the mixer that we will announce what the next challenge of contest will be. Does anyone have any questions? She stands there for an awkward 4 minutes.
4 minutes waiting for questions.
minutes.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Shit.
Yeah, 4 minutes.
If it's going to be that long, Astro's going to awkwardly raise his hand just to have a question.
Mr. Xander from the Murder of Crows.
Yes. Will they be serving food at the mixer?
Oh, yes, there will be a wide variety of foods. If you have any food requirements or dietary restrictions, please let me know beforehand so I can arrange things. And it seems like that is all the questions we had. She just wraps up immediately after your question.
She's like,
Okay,
thank you
thanks."
for asking something.
So I will let you all get back to your rooms. I will send you all announcements about when to assemble and where for the mixer. If you have anything or need anything from me in the meantime, simply contact me on the station communications. The teams all look a little bit... After standing in awkward silence for a while, everyone's a little like... Some of them look at Astro and be like, thank God that guy asked a question.
Like one of those things where you just feel so awkward that you have to come up with some question.
But yeah, everyone kind of like slowly funnels out back to their rooms. We will go ahead and call this session now. Seeing where you all rank up, rank against the rest of the groups here at contest, so you know what you're competing against. And next time, maybe we'll get to see what happens at this little mixer they're putting together.
Time to
All
lay
right.
on the charm.
All right. Well, thanks everyone for joining us. We'll see you all next time. Bye-bye.
See ya.
Yep. Bye.
Bye.